It's the 9th of December 2025 on a wild day in the town of Barrow-in-Furness. You can see the wind scudding on the waters of Cavendish Dock. This is Barrow's biggest dock, and it was never used. Never used, this dock. In the distance there, a shaft of sunlight on the hillside over there, Holbeck, and looking over towards the town, Barrow-in-Furness, dominated by the Devonshire Dock Hall and the buildings of the town's largest employer, BAE Systems, on an absolute resurgence at the moment. 17,000 people working in there on submarines and the defence of the realm, although a lot of people tell me they don't actually do anything because they're waiting for the work to come downstream to them, so it can be a bit boring. Some people are working really hard, some people are waiting for the work to arrive, but the work will arrive. Yeah, plenty of wild birds on Cavendish Dock, and often see cormorants here, grebes. But it's a huge dock, and as I say, it was never used. This is the causeway that separates Cavendish Dock from the open sea. I'll shelter in this fisherman's shelter. Some quite big fish in Cavendish Dock. Roosecote Power Station was just beyond that building there. It's gone now. My dad worked there for nigh on 40 years, and they used to use the water from Cavendish Dock in the cooling of the generators and the steam room that they had at Roosecote Power Station. Now, the side effect was that when they pumped warmed water back into the dock to take on more cold water, it created a kind of a peculiar ecosystem, and a lot of plants and fish thrived around the warm waters of the pipe from the power station. Obviously, you wonder what's happened to that ecosystem now the power station has gone. It's probably whether those fish slowly acclimatised and they got used to the cooler waters. Who knows? Let's hope they did. But yeah, it's a fairly spectacular causeway. There's a little island out there, very small. It's got a building on it, and then that was called Sheep Island. Still is Sheep Island. And I believe in the 19th century it was a place where people who had infectious diseases were sent, and you wouldn't want to be over there on a very high tide, so clearly the tide never does come over the whole of Sheep Island, but I certainly want to spend much time there. Some graffiti here. Oh, Tommy. What does that mean? Who knows? So yeah, Prince is looking a bit puzzled, as is his wont when I'm videoing. Yeah, I'm in the shelter of this fishing protector. I live free. That's good. That's what our troops in World War II fought for. They were sat on the barges, the landing craft on D-Day, and that's all they wanted for this nation, to live free of tyranny, although some people might say that the subsequent governments that we've had have been a kind of tyranny, but that's politics, isn't it? So yeah, this is a long way from the busier places in England. I often mention how I spent so many hours of my life on the M62, gnashing my teeth when I was stuck in traffic jams around Ainley Top. I just feel that's a legendary traffic black spot for accidents. Very steep hill leading up from Brickhouse up to junction 24 of the M62. I'm sure a lot of other people have been caught there over the years. But yeah, there's the forecast today was for extremely heavy rain and very strong winds, up to 90 miles an hour in southern Scotland, and it's probably 40 odd mile an hour here, which is it's a summer's day for Barrow-in-Furness, which is statistically the windiest place on the west coast of England. But we don't really feel the wind here in Barrow. We're all hardened to it. When I used to play football, some of the days we played football, the wind was just horrendous, and the referees always wanted to play to get their £10 match fee. I do remember going over to Walney one day, and you could hardly stand up. It was so windy, and the referee wanted to play for his match fee. None of the two teams, neither of the two teams wanted to play. So the referee said, if anybody can kick the ball out of the area, we'll play. And one called John Dawes, who had a boot like a siege gun, said, I'll have a go. And he wellied this ball, and it just went to the edge of the area, went vertically upwards, and came back at high speed over the crossbar. And the ref went, right, that's it, game over. Oh, sorry, Prince, didn't mean to start you. Right, so we'll carry on. Look at that, spectacular skies. I love that. The blue skies coming in between the scudding grey clouds. Beautiful, that, isn't it? That's better than being on the M62, I'll say. Blue sky over there as well. Blue skies over Barrow-in-Furness. In the distance there's a huge crane. But, the Barrow skyline's changed a lot since I was young. When I was young, cranes were very much used within the shipyard, and there were some colossal cranes. It was a real shame that the last of the great cranes wasn't left as kind of a I don't know, a town emblem, as it were, because it was colossal, and it signified Barrow-in-Furness. It typified the town, but very sad when that crane was dismantled. This crane at the end, although it's a big one, it's nothing like as big as the cranes they used to have. And of course the shipbuilding facility now is all undercover, so there are cranes within the overhead gantry cranes within the Devonshire Dock Hall where the submarines are produced, but of course none of the giant cranes of yesterday. Oh, these skies are just wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. There's a lot of pleasure to be had in just enjoying the scenery. Right. There we are. I can see lots and lots of wild birds roosting on that promontory there in the middle of Cavendish Dock. Right, I'm going to end the video there because it's getting very, very windy now as I approach the midsection. So, yeah, I'll leave you with one last view of the stunning blue skies and sunshine percolating through the dark clouds.